Most foreign investors focus on the visible steps when setting up a company in Vietnam. They look at licensing timelines, investment capital, and market entry strategy, but there is one decision that is often underestimated, yet it defines how your company will actually function. That decision is how your company charter in Vietnam is drafted. Before you incorporate, this document determines whether your structure will protect you or expose you to risk. Setting up a company in Vietnam has become more streamlined in recent years. With the right support, foreign investors can complete registration procedures efficiently. But legal control does not come from registration, it comes from structure. A company charter in Vietnam is a mandatory legal document under Vietnam company law, and it governs how your business operates after incorporation. This is where long-term risks are either prevented or created. Many foreign investors treat the company charter as a standard document prepared at the final stage of company setup. Some rely on templates, others delegate drafting entirely to local partners or service providers. This approach creates a gap between what the investor expects and what the legal structure actually allows. By the time the company is established, correcting these issues becomes complex and costly. A company charter in Vietnam defines the rules of corporate governance. It determines voting thresholds, decision-making authority, and management structure. For foreign-owned companies in Vietnam, this includes how directors are appointed, how key decisions are approved, and how internal control is maintained. Without properly structured provisions, foreign investors may find themselves unable to influence critical decisions. One of the most important elements in a company charter in Vietnam is the legal representative. This individual has the authority to act on behalf of the company in transactions and legal matters. If the charter does not clearly define or limit this authority, the legal representative may exercise significant control. For foreign investors, this can create exposure that was never intended at the time of investment. Some investors rely on shareholders' agreements or internal arrangements to secure control. While these documents are important, they are not always sufficient. If they are not aligned with the company charter in Vietnam, enforcement becomes uncertain. Under Vietnam company law, authorities and third parties often rely on the charter as the primary legal document. This means that your actual protection depends on what is written in the charter. There have been cases where foreign investors in Vietnam entered the market with strong business plans but weak legal structures. In some situations, they were unable to control bank accounts or replace management. In others, they could not enforce key decisions despite holding majority ownership. These issues did not arise after years of operation, they were built into the company charter from the very beginning. Using a template for a company charter in Vietnam may seem efficient, but it rarely reflects the specific needs of foreign investors. Each investment structure is different. Governance requirements, ownership arrangements, and risk allocation must be customized. A generic charter may satisfy minimum legal requirements, but it does not protect your strategic interests. Before setting up a company in Vietnam, foreign investors should treat the company charter as a strategic document, not a formality. It should be drafted to align with your investment structure, your level of control, and your long-term objectives. It should also be consistent with any shareholders' agreement or joint venture agreement to ensure enforceability. At LTS Law, we provide legal services for foreign investors in Vietnam by drafting and reviewing company charters before incorporation to ensure full compliance with Vietnam company charter requirements and alignment with your strategic goals. We focus on building legal structures that protect your control from day one. Before setting up a company in Vietnam, visit lts.com.vn and consult with our legal team to ensure your business starts with clarity and confidence.